Here we go. It is. All right. Sorry about that. So we had a situation with a customer that I've kind of just had to take. What's up? Yeah, go ahead, brother. I'm heading over there. No, I'm gonna go to that thing because I think I got an 11 or 11:30. All right, brother. If you need anything, text me. You got it, sir. All right, bye-bye. Bye. 10-4. So, had a situation with a job, and I didn't like. Customers will tell, if anything, I overly communicate. I try to, anyways. What is going on? What to expect? You know. So we double teamed a job together on. What was it, out in, I want to say, Brooksville or something. And I just felt like, you know, we didn't communicate effectively. Like I was asking him, what do you want? What do you know? I don't, you know, unless, even though it's my job, I don't ever want to come out and just go, yeah, we're going to do this, this, and this, unless the boss tells me or one of the other guys tells me. Thank you, brother. Sorry about that. Unless one of the other guys that's been here forever tells me, hey, do this, this, and this, and you'll be good to go, then that's what I do, you know. Or if I can add something to it, I'll add something to it. But, like, I just felt like we went out to this job, and I checked and said, is, you know, X, Y, and Z done? And yeah, I said, all right, well, I don't feel like, I feel like I should have, as a whatever, as a professional, I should have checked and made sure, just because shit happens. And I didn't. And, you know, you know, we had to go back, retreat that area. Yeah, we go up to that area frequently, but still, you know, well, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, why, you know, it wasn't a big deal if it wasn't done while we're there. Just do it. You know, we're here. You know, I mean, it's not, or if you, whatever, forgot, or you're like, oh, you know what? Because sometimes you do some of these big houses and you go, I don't remember if I went in the master bedroom because the door was closed, or I thought I heard somebody talking on the phone, and you know, there was people there too, and the woman was working from home, so I don't know. But I said to him, he got mad that my boss said, you know, you guys, including, you know, me, not just talking to him, because I talked to him too, and I said, well, listen, I feel like I should have done X, Y, Z. I didn't feel like we communicated effectively. I take, you know, full responsibility for it. I should have looked over, you know, his stuff, you know, and because I've done stuff like that before too, you know, like assume the other guy was doing that room or whatever and had flipped everything and, you know, sprayed for fleas and took the vacuum cleaner outside and da-da-da-da-da-da. So it wasn't done. You know, I just felt like we were all on the same page, but I fucked up because I didn't overly communicate, and I'm not a supervisor here or anything, but as a person that's been doing this, you know, we all kind of have to look out for, I mean, at this job, we don't have a fucking toxic environment where we're trying to fucking get everybody fired, like some of these places. You know, I just felt like, I don't know, I mean, like, I'm glad he was upset that, you know, that he heard about it, because you should. But don't be upset in a way, and I'm not paraphrasing or putting words in anybody's mouth, but don't be upset that you can't hear some criticism, Because I'll tell you, there's times I just stopped doing it now at the gym where I catch somebody doing something and I'm going, if you do this part right here just a little bit differently on this and they'll go, I'm like, well, look at my arms and look at yours. I mean, I might know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So I just stopped even, but it's like people don't want to hear. You could tell somebody, okay, and this is like the story of my life with some people that I've known. Don't go in there right now. The room's on fire. And if you open the door, you're going to fill the house with smoke. It's going to, whatever. I'm just, making up whatever. And they would go and just open the door and allow the shit to get inside more. You know what I mean? And you're going, yo, didn't I just tell you that the fucking, and they'd go, and you're like, well, what does that mean? And they're like, they don't want to commit to anything, but they just, I don't know, man, people were just a fucking fickle bunch of people. I remember when I was getting sober, I would listen to everything they had to say, and I would go, but I'm going to do, I'm going to do all that, but I'm going to add X, Y, and Z to that, because I'm a fucking man, and I'm egotistical, and I'm stupid. And we have to put our own paw prints on shit that's already... Listen, the highway runs 40 right across America. You could tell somebody, just take Highway 40. It goes all the way into Barstow from here. You don't even have to, you trust me. And they would go, well, I found a route that was quicker. You know what I mean? And people just, I don't know, I literally have started putting my ego, for the most part, we can't do it all the time or we would be God. That's one of our default settings, is your ego is on fucking whatever number it's on, and we can't hear, whatever, or we refuse to, or you get into fucking lying we just lie to ourselves. I mean, come on. We lie to ourselves, man. I lived a lie for 10 years. Yeah, I had a fucking pain and stuff like that, but was I abusing opiates? I probably, could have justified, well, I just don't think they're strong enough for me. Well, what's the truth? What is the direction? It's like, oh, it says only take, da-da-da-da. I don't know, man. And that's how I know when I talk to people of all ages and all whatever, when somebody's sober, I listen to how their approach on things, and I just listen to where they're at in understanding and where they're at just, like owning this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I fucked up my life big time, and I probably will never catch up. I'm not working like I'm never going to catch up or feel sorry for myself, but I got to take ownership and responsibility for what I did. I did this to me, okay? It wasn't my brother dying. It wasn't my neck being broken. It was how I handled the situation. That's what life really is when you get down to it. Trying to remain unemotionally attached and do the best you can for others and for yourself, And I don't know, I just feel like it's hard for me to watch people continue down the fucking path of whatever, people just, the one thing that I want for people is I want people to experience what I've experienced. I want people to experience the freedom and the happiness that I've experienced. That, if people say, oh, that's, what's your agenda? That's my agenda. I want people to experience that shit. You know what I mean? I want people to go, because I've heard it all. It just never made sense until it made sense. You know what I mean? Like, it never made sense until it made sense. Until I really seen, the words and the slogans and the stuff that I would read in the Bible, or just stuff you would see, until, I really could see what be still and know that I'm God means, and, like trust in the Lord and all of that stuff, and just, all things work together for whatever, for the good, for good in God, and, it sounds like, all good things come to those who wait. It sounds good, but is it really something that you're putting into practice? Is it really something that you go, huh? It's like intermittent fasting. When people intermittent fast, and they only do it for a day or two. When I see people that have done it for a week, and they go, man, it's almost like you feel like you're getting high. You have this zoom about you that, and you reach that level, and everybody reaches to that. We're all, as Daniel Cormier says in the UFC, there's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? There's levels to it. You have to, you have to know that. There's levels to this. And I'm not trying to, make it weird for anybody or make it difficult, but I don't know, man. I just want people to see that, it's work. You have to put work in. It's work. I see people all the time, and I go, well, you have a personal trainer, you have this, you have that, and you have X, Y, Z. What exactly are you doing wrong? Well, let's look at your meal stuff. Well, then somewhere along the line, something's messing up. And either you're not being truthful with what you're reporting, or you're not being truthful with your intake or your relapses.